Jason David Frank, also known as Tommy Oliver from the Power Rangers, has unfortunately passed away. This man was a huge inspiration to me and millions of other kids growing up around the late 90s and early 2000s. He was the longest running Power Ranger for a reason. His work will live on forever. A true legend of the game, and you will never be forgotten. Tommy, Jason, may you forever rest.
It's the biggest killer for men between like 21 and 45, and no one talks about it. Women talk to each other. There's no stigma on women. They sit around and have a cup of tea, and men don't, lad. Men feel like, oh, I can't go and say that to him because he'll think I'm a little mushroom. Much rather my friend come to me and speak to me and cry on my shoulder than me have to cry when I'm carrying his coffin. Men just kill themselves and no one cares. We need to change it.
I just want to tell you guys that I'm proud of everyone out there that's dealing with mental health right now. You know, I ran into a lot of people that's been struggling, and I just want to tell everyone that I'm proud of you guys for hanging in there and dealing with it, because, you know, mental health's not easy, man.
All it takes is a beautiful fake smile to hide an injured soul, and they will never notice how broken you really are, by Robin Williams. And sadly, this was probably the case with our childhood hero, known as the White Ranger, Tommy Oliver, real name Jason David Frank. As you guys know by the news by now, Jason David Frank have passed away via self-deletion. You know, YouTube doesn't like that word, so we're going to use self-deletion. And this is a very sad case because we see not only one of our childhood heroes, or beloved celebrity, die again, but die in this way, be a self-deletion. And how men, no matter if you're famous or regular men, how men struggle a lot with, you know, depression, self-deletion thoughts, anxiety, and all kinds of mental health issues. And it feels like men don't really have an outlet because society urges men to be vulnerable, you know, to express their feelings, but the moment they do, they get gaslighted or belittled by society. So this is what we're going to talk about in this video. We're going to pay homage to our great hero, the White Ranger. And you know what, guys? If we're going to pay homage to the White Ranger, we're going to do this right. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
Let's do it, guys. Right. It's morphin' time. White Ranger.
Boom. There you go. White Ranger 25th year anniversary edition that I bought from Tamashii Nation when they came here in New York. They had a pop-up shop. So this is an authentic Power Ranger, white Power Ranger figurine that I'm going to hold dear to the rest of my life. Well, without any further ado, let's get right into the content. Pop!
There's a stigma in this world that men can't talk. Listen, if you're a man and you've got weight on your shoulders and you think the only way you can solve it is by killing yourself, please speak to someone.
In case you've been living on the rock for the past 30 years or so, Jason David Frank made his start in the sitcom, the worldwide phenomenon known as the Power Rangers in 1993. He started out as the infamous Green Ranger, man. The good old days, we all wanted to be the Green Rangers. He was a villain at the beginning, and then he later on turned into what you see right here in my desk, the White Ranger, a hero. And then after the White Ranger, he became the Red Seal Ranger, the Red Turbo Ranger, the Black Dino Ranger. He's the GOAT. He was the GOAT of all GOATs when it came to the Power Rangers franchise. I believe the one cast member with the most episodes, with the most running time, and a true cult classic legend and beloved by all of us around the around the world, you know. And when I found out the news, it hit me like a cold bucket ice, man. Like, yet again, somebody beloved to us and beloved to me, although I never met him, lost to self-deletion. And, you know, and just a little background story. I myself dealt with a lot of mental health issues. Everybody that knows me knows that I've been suffering from anxiety since I was a kid. Thank God I have never suffered from depression, but I met people close to me, and people close to me who did have suffering from depression, and unfortunately, some of them took matters into their own hand, and just like Jason, Devin, Frank, Tommy Oliver decided to take their own life, which is very sad. But and this is what I want to dive into, right? We live in a world right now where 33% of men are dropping out of school. Men my age, millennial and Gen Z men, are completely sexless. A lot of men are going the own way with this whole cancel culture and this new wave feminism. They have make men being a bad thing, right? So the constant emasculation from society from all angles, a lot of men, young and old, feel hopeless, right? Especially when they go through certain things, just like, and I'm just speculating here, but like it was said that Jason David Frank was going through a divorce, and we know at the end of the day who got the short end of the stick in 90%, and I'm being nice with that 90%. In 90% of the divorces, the men always get the short end of the stick. They always end up paying child support. They always end up being villainized. Even if the man didn't do anything, he's always gonna be the villain. The courts are gonna take the kids from him. They're gonna charge him with outstanding amount of child support, and what was a good man once now in the judicial system is a monster, right? So society has a lot to do with this, right? They break down men to their core, they push men to the brink, and then they sit there like we watching right now with with Jason Devin Frank, or even Robin Williams and all the great men we have lost to depression and self-deletion. They sit there mourning, or tagging. Sorry about that. Tagging RP in the hashtags, doing the printed shirts, and then in a few hours, not a few hours, but in a few days, we're gonna go back to regular scheduled programming, which is gaslighting men, it's diminishing men, it's this all-out war, right, on masculinity that have driven some of these men to take this heinous act. And in this video, what I want to do is call out society, call out the double standards when it comes to men mental health issues. Like it's disgusts me how some of these feminists, right, and some of these white knights talk about men's mental health, just a double standard. Like I saw some shit that pissed me off when I was doing research talking about, oh, men do this to them. Men do it to themselves. Like, what do you mean? How can you do depression to yourself? How can you do anxiety to yourself? How can you do trauma? Given some of us are brought up in trauma and the things that we put ourselves through. But how can you just wake up and purposely give yourself depression, right? A lot of you got to educate yourself, especially the raging feminists and you misanders who hate men and the white knights who hate men. A lot of men fight their battles in silence. I know a lot of good men that go to depression. They vent to me. They tell me their woman ain't taking care of them. Even their own mom too. Trust me. I know what I'm talking about. It be your own mom gaslighting you. Your own sisters. Sometimes your own brothers. A lot of men are not in good circles for their mental health. They're in a group of people that they should have been cut off a long time ago. And the cycle never ends, right? Men have to deal with it by themselves. It's all about suck it up and keep it moving. I ain't not gonna lie. A little tough love every now and then doesn't hurt nobody. But when it comes to like serious mental health issues, ain't nobody that tough. Depression, anxiety, and all those mental health issues, they don't care how brolic, how shredded, how strong. If you're a black belt in jiu-jitsu, they don't care who you are. They will wear you down. We've seen this many, many times again. We joke around on men's mental health. We say things, we diminish their manhood, or even yet, when a man such as Dr. Jordan B. Peterson cries a little bit and becomes a little vulnerable, when he's talking about the disenfranchised, the abandoned ones, the forgotten ones, he get gaslighted. He gets called the king of all incels. And when a man voice is concerned, that's a new one in society, right? Anytime a man sometimes voices a concern, he gets called an insult. And I'm not gonna lie, there are men out there who are incels. Well, I'm pretty sure if we do statistics, is this very minor percentage who are really losers, who really hate women, and they've been on Reddit and they don't leave the house. We know the type. You know how the feminists have the pink hair, blue hair one. On the men's side, you got the incels, which is basically almost the same version. Dusty, musty looking, ain't never been hugged by their mom, only by their mom, never been with a woman, and they hate the world. But that's not every man. That's, like I said, a very small percentage. But then again, we, the rest of men, get gaslighted, right? And to all the women out there gaslighting men, laughing at men, remember, one day you will have a son, or you have a son, right? And he will go through the trials and tribulations that societies have set up for men. Ain't no privilege, ain't no benefit of being a man. I don't care who's telling you that. Being a man is hard, especially nowadays where literally being masculine is a crime. Being a man, walking as a man, dressing like a man is goddamn near a crime nowadays. Not to go on a long tangent, I also want to bring it up to the men. I want to hold men accountable to a lot of men out there. I'm gonna say it like this: it's okay to vent to that person that you feel most comfortable with. I'm not gonna tell you who that person is. All men, we have a brother, a friend, or a family member or some sort of mentor that we feel more comfortable crying to, venting to, being vulnerable to. That's what I'm going to suggest. Be vulnerable to that person. I wouldn't suggest doing it to your girlfriend, man, because, ladies, I don't care how mad y'all get at me, but most women don't even know how to comfort a man, especially when he's being vulnerable. A lot of women get turned off by that. And no, this is not no fucking red pill rhetoric. This is not none of that over here. I'm speaking from my own experience. Not only from my own experience, but I've seen good men get gaslighted, get ignored, get not taken care of by the so-called woman that they love, or their own mom. It just happens. This is real life. So I suggest, men, please surround yourself in good circles. Surround yourself with good male positive reinforcements. Develop your tribe. Go out there, travel, get some sun, work out, not because you want to flex for the gram. If that's what's going to get you go to the gym, just do it. But work out to be a better version of yourself. Develop yourself. Get around good people. Eat healthy. Don't consume that toxic, poisonous content. Try to be the best version that you can be, Sometimes that will have to do stepping away from the toxic family members. Ending that friendship that serves you no value. Cutting up that girlfriend. I know you might love her. You might think the booty nice, but she gotta go. She's destroying you. Some of you are addicted to porn, to drug addictions. Seek counseling. Seek help, man. Because I care about you guys. This is one of the reasons why I made this channel, to see if, sadly, we got to go over these cases of a freaking child hero taking his life for us to, reflect. But men's mental health matters. It matters to me, and I know it matters to a lot of men out there. And I'm not trying to go into a long tangent here. What I'm hoping is that with this video, sadly, our childhood hero had to pass away. Well, maybe his passing can bring awareness to what men really go through nowadays in society. And I don't want to bring up, I know I read the blogs and stuff. I know it said he was going through a divorce. I don't want to bring out a speculation. I want to have respect for this man's passing. I want to have respect for his mourning family. I looked up on his TikTok and stuff. This man had a daughter who I believe graduated high school, graduated college. I don't know if I'm wrong with that, but this man has a family. Let's be respectful to one of our childhood heroes. One of us that inspire us to get into martial arts, because damn it, That's one of the reasons I got into martial arts. It was the Power Rangers, and it was specifically him. That's why I got into Taekwondo, doing MMA and all kinds of other martial arts. So finally, I just want to say, please, guys, seek out help. And to the White Ranger, Tommy Oliver, also known as Jason David Frank, whatever part of the universe, I know you're with God, but whatever part of the universe you're in right now, we love you. Thank you for 3 decades of inspiration. And like the old saying goes, once a Ranger, always a Ranger. White Ranger, from all of us, the millennials and other generations, we love you. And may the power always protect you. I'm out. Peace.